Shalom, brothers and sisters, and giving honor to the Most High, the Creator, the Maker of heaven and earth. In this matter, and speaking about Hebrew, if we will, we want to show, when we speak about Hebrew being easy, what are we talking about in certain cases? We're going to go over a couple of words to show what we're talking about. Now, this first word that we're going to show, brothers and sisters, is this word here. This here, brothers and sisters, is the word Qarab. The word Qarab, brothers and sisters, for reference purposes, is what you will call a regular, not a said irregular verb. Okay? The word Qarab, brothers and sisters, means to approach. Now, in its present tense, we have it seen as, brothers and sisters, Qarab, masculine singular. All right? And in the feminine singular, brothers and sisters, we see it as Qareba. So, what are we saying in this particular case? If we were to use the pronouns, the main one in this kind of videos would be the one ani meaning I or I am. A male would say ani Qareb. A female would say ani Qareba, meaning when it's approaching. Ani Qareb, I am approaching. A male would say. A female would say ani Qareba, I am approaching. So this is something we care to bring out and show for reference purposes. Now, just taking that right there, if we will, right? We're going to, brothers and sisters, in using this, show the simplicity, because Hebrew, yes, is different, but it is not difficult. We've been saying this on this platform for some years. Now, let's look, brothers and sisters, if we will, for reference purposes. All right? We have over here, right? Qarab. Qarab is for males or females, whether you say ani or not. The aleph serves as a prefix, meaning I, whatever the verb is. We've established, brothers and sisters, that the verb qarab means to approach. So, qarab means I will approach. So, this so far has been inside of the qal stem. There are 7 stems essentially in Hebrew. So let's say it, if we want to say it in the past tense, because we showed it in the future tense. We would have it in the first person past tense as Qarab T. All right? Qarab T, said by the male or the female, means I approached. So we have I will approach and I approached. The T signifies, in many cases, I, whatever, past tense, what the verb is. Qarab being this particular verb in this particular matter. So let us, with what we have just discussed and what we have just talked about, get into something regarding the language and this word that we're using as our easy example. Now again, this is not to say that Hebrew is not different. It is. It is written from right to left. It is by one of my main teachers, may he rest in peace, Moreni Shael, have pointed out that Hebrew is the language of gender. All right? So, one of the things too that we care to bring out in this particular case is this. We've established that Qarab is the verb. I jumped the gun real quick. Now I'm going to say Qaraban, brothers and sisters, is the noun. All right? Qaraban means offering. This is the noun. Okay? By having, brothers and sisters, this nun sofit shown, we see this verb has become a noun. So in Hebraic thought, Qarab meaning to approach, and Qarban by just simply adding the nun sofit, meaning offering, meaning when you approach, you offer something in the Hebraic thought. You just don't come, quote unquote, dolo. You just don't come like it says on the Shalosh Regalim or the 3 appointed times. You don't show up empty. You bring something. And so even biblically, when Saul was going to meet Samuel, he said, what shall we bring him? That just goes to show when you approach somebody, you come with something, an offering. This is something that we need to also show in character. All right, so now, brothers and sisters, one of the main things, if we were to take this noun, Qaraban, right? Let's see, because in many cases we see it in the scriptures, this word here, all right? Qarabano. Qarabano is another verb, but it's shown in possession. This means his offering. The O in many cases serving as a suffix in possession with nouns means in most cases his whatever. Yad, hand. Yado, his hand. All right? Qarban, offering. Qarabano, his offering. So that's something we care to bring out for, say, reference purposes. All right? Now, let us, brothers and sisters, while we're speaking upon this kind of matter, thank you for the time, asking you to subscribe to the channel, More Yeshaya Hebrew Lessons. We intend to keep the channel active regarding matters of Hebraic understanding for us as the Hebrew people. All right? Now, let us continue in this. If Qarabano means his offering, we want to point out that Qarabani means my offering. Now, Qarabani meaning my offering, that is said by a male or a female. All right? So now, let's say, Ani Qare, or Qarabani, which means I am approaching with my offering. Let me show what I'm speaking of. Ani, the main pronoun we'll be using in these lessons, meaning I or I am. Speaking as a male here, Ani Qare, right? But Qara Bani. So, what are we saying? Ani, I or I am. I am approaching with my offering. Qarabani meaning my offering. Do we see how the translation shows what the Hebrews had in mind? Again, when you approach someone, you bring something. So let's look, brothers and sisters, in this particular matter, if we will. All right? So we're asking you again to subscribe to the channel, to comment, to like, and to share. Thank you for that, family, in that particular case. All right? So now we have it. if you will. Let me try this a little differently, a little better, if I may. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you. We have a very famous word, Maqreeb, brothers and sisters. This is back into the verb matter. We left the noun for the moment. The verb Maqreeb, brothers and sisters, means in present tense to sacrifice, masculine singular. All right? If we were to say feminine, it would be maqrebet. Let me write that out, family. All right? In this particular case. Now, remember earlier we said that we were talking about this verb here in the qual stem, to approach, to come near, right? Maqreeb is the he-filled stem, meaning to sacrifice. So now, for those who already know, the he-filled stem, in many cases, is the causative of the qual stem. So now let's understand that. If in the qual stem, qarab in root, qarab in present tense, means to approach, and its causative means to sacrifice, that means that your offering, your sacrifice, is something that's causing you to approach. Again, in Hebraic thought, you don't come with just, hi, I'm here. And I say that not to be disrespectful. All right? So MS here, just with masculine singular, and feminine singular. So again, ani being the most commonly used pronoun in this. Ani maqreeb, I am sacrificing. Quarbani, I am sacrificing my offering. A female would say, ani maqrebet quarbani, I am sacrificing my offering. Let me write my offering again here. All right? We have it as so. Quarbani. All right? Quarbani means my offering, whether the offering is from a male or a female. And we've gone over ani already. So let's recap. Qarab means to approach or to come near. That's in the simple active qual stem. We have it in the he field, causative of the qual stem, meaning maqreeb, present tense, sacrifice. Masculine singular, feminine singular. So again, in Hebraic thought, what is causing you to come near is something that you're offering. And when you come near, you bring something as an offering. So, brothers and sisters, inside of the he field stem, you will know and understand that the present tense has the prefix of zamen. All right? Be it the first masculine singular, feminine singular, or plural. That's to say the first plural, brothers and sisters, in that particular case. All right? Maqribin and maqribot being the feminine plural. That mem serves as a prefix in that particular matter. All right? So, let us expound and close out in what we're speaking upon. All right? Thank you for the time in that manner. Now, the number I can be reached at is 908-587-4841. That is 908-587-4841. All right? Now, we've gone into the matter of this inside of the qual stem. But let's show it in the he field stem for reasonable purposes. All right? Aqreeb, brothers and sisters, in Hebrew, means I will sacrifice. The aleph that we see here, remembering Hebrews read from right to left, shows it to be a future tense word. Aqreeb, I will sacrifice. This is said by a male or a female. Ani is said by a male or a female, either or. All right? Aqreeb Qarabani, I will sacrifice my offering. A female would say, Ani Qarab. Wa Aqreeb Qarabani. I will approach, I will come near, and I will sacrifice my offering. So here we have sacrifice, offering, and approaching, all under the same manner of root of the word Qarab. It doesn't work that way in English, but it works that way in Hebraic thoughts. So this is something that we care to point out, because offering and sacrifice doesn't sound similar in English. To approach or to come near, or offering or sacrifice, approaching, coming near, sacrificing, are three totally different words that don't sound alike in English, nor have, when you look in, say, Webster's dictionary, a matter of its commonality. Maybe offering and sacrifice will, as far as meaning goes, but certainly not approaching in that particular Hebraic, in the English thought, if we will. All right? So, brothers and sisters, when we look upon it, we want to point another matter out. All right? Yaqreeb. We see this in the scriptures ever so often. All right? Yaqreeb, brothers and sisters, means he will sacrifice. I will sacrifice, he will sacrifice. So this yod serves, as we pointed out in the previous lesson, regarding its purpose in the future tense, masculine, third person, future tense, when serving in prefix form. All right? So brothers and sisters, as we continue in this, reach out to me, questions, anything of that sort. All right? I am, as stated, open to constructive criticism. Let us, while we are, family, dealing with this kind of matter in the Hebraic thoughts, all right, get into more wordings on how this is seen in the scriptures and expound upon it. All right? Thank you for that. We have, okay, what, brothers and sisters, are we dealing with here? And I have to change it even though I put it correctly the first time. All right, sorry about that. Yaqreebenu. What are we looking at here, family? All right? That's a yod, not a resh. I'm going to rewrite that. Sorry about that. Let's look. Yaqreeb, we've already stated, means he will sacrifice. So what is this new that we're singing there, having Qarabanu as his offering? What is this new doing here? Yaqreeb, we've already stated, all right, again, he will sacrifice. Yaqreebenu, he will sacrifice it. That is what that is talking about in that particular matter. He will sacrifice it. This new signifies it in that manner. Whatever the offering / sacrifice then, you understand, is. All right? So brothers and sisters, as we get into this kind of matter, we ask you all to reach out, questions, comments, suggestions, how to make the platform and the channel better. I am open to constructive criticism, brothers and sisters. All right? Now, how does, for those who see this, tie into what we'll be talking about? We intend, brothers and sisters, to do a presentation at 6 o'clock regarding peace offerings. And we're going to be reading this word in roots in Leviticus chapter 3, Leviticus chapter 7. And so get your pens, your pads, take notes. So with that, shalom.